saying he would never achieve anything. He worked odd jobs just to survive, cleaning floors, carrying boxes, and delivering food. But at night, instead of wasting time, he read books on money and investing. He studied the stock market and real estate like his life depended on it. One day, he took his small savings and bought his first stock. It grew, then he invested in another, then in property. Slowly, his money multiplied. Within 15 years, he wasn't just surviving. He was one of the youngest billionaires in the country. At a press conference, a reporter asked, "What made you different from your classmates?" He smiled and said, "They studied for grades. I studied for life." A teenager lost his parents in an accident and ended up homeless. He slept on park benches and ate from garbage bins. People walked past him as if he didn't exist. But even while starving, he carried one thing in his bag: his school books. He studied under streetlights and dreamed of becoming a doctor. Many nights, he cried from hunger but never gave up on reading. A local charity noticed his determination and helped him get a scholarship. He worked harder than anyone, studied day and night, and finally entered medical school. Years later, he graduated with honors. Today, the boy who once begged for food is a respected surgeon who saves lives every single day. When asked how he made it, he said, "I was homeless once, but dreams gave me shelter until success came." A young woman worked in a clothing factory, sewing shirts for long hours at minimum wage. Supervisors shouted at her, and her co-workers told her she was wasting her life. But she had a secret. She designed clothes in her notebook during breaks. One day, she used her small savings to make one of her designs. She wore it to work, and people loved it. Soon, she started selling her clothes online. At first, she received only a few orders, but her style was unique. Orders grew from dozens to hundreds, then thousands. Within years, she launched her own fashion brand. Today, her designs walk the runways of New York and Paris. When a reporter asked about her journey, she said, "I used to stitch clothes for others. Now the world wears my name." A taxi driver worked day and night, barely making enough to feed his family. People treated him as invisible, tossing a few bills and walking away. But he listened carefully to his wealthy passengers, how they talked about business, money, and real estate. Instead of complaining, he took notes after every ride. Slowly, he saved enough to buy one small piece of land. It wasn't much, but he fixed it up and sold it for a profit. Then he bought another and another. Years passed, and the taxi driver who once struggled to buy gas for his car became the owner of multiple properties and hotels. When he drove past the streets where he once picked up passengers, he said proudly, "I used to drive people to their destinations. Now, I build destinations for people."